Hello and welcome to this first video on section 11.1. As I mentioned in the introductory video, this section 11.1 refers to the physical copy of the text. If you're using the ebook in WebAssign, that section can be found in the intermediate algebra text in that section 4.1. Alright, so let's start by looking at problem number 1. It says to simplify each expression, and here you notice there are units attached with all these various quantities here. So starting with A, we're asked to simplify 1/2 of a foot divided by 3 inches. Okay, so we could do this here by first noting that since there are 12 inches in a foot, 1/2 a foot then would just be 6 inches. And I'm going to leave the 3 inches in the denominator as is. And now notice for this fraction, the units of the numerator and denominator are the same. And we can treat inches just as we would any other numerical or variable quantity. I'm going to divide inches by itself, and these are going to cancel out, right, leaving us with just a 1/1. Now, as far as the numerical part, the 6 divided by 3, that's going to simplify to just 2. Alright, so that would do it for part A. Here we're just saying, right, that 3 inches goes into 1/2 a foot 2 whole times. Okay, great. Alright, let's look at part B. Now here, we're looking at 3,000 grams divided by 6 kilograms. Okay, so turns out that there are 1,000 grams in 1 kilogram. Although I did not provide these kinds of conversions on the worksheet, in any question, say on a quiz or test, I will always provide this sort of conversion for you. Some of these units are probably less familiar than others, so my expectation there is not to have you memorize all these various units and their conversions, but rather just how to use them. Okay, so coming back here now, 3,000 grams then would be, well, 3 kilograms. And then we're dividing that by 6 kilograms. And so when we do this division now, like part A, the units of the numerator and denominator are the same, so those are going to cancel out to just give us a 1/1. And then 3 divided by 6, that simplifies to 1/2. Alright, great. So moving on to C, we have 15 months divided by 4 years. Well, here we could use the fact that in the year, right, there's 12 months. And so 4 years would be 4 times 12 is 48 months. So we're going to go ahead and convert the denominator here in this one. And I'm going to leave the numerator alone as 150 months. Okay. And here then we can go ahead and divide out the common unit of months. And then finally, 150 divided by 48 is 3.125. All right, great. Now one comment here before we go on, all right, decimals versus, say, fractions as your answers are concerned. Now when you're doing your homework in WebAssign, it will always be very explicit about how it wants you to write your answer, whether as a simplified fraction or as a decimal, maybe rounded to a certain number of place values. If I don't specify, and I did not specify here, I'm really open. I would accept say 1/2 or 0.5. Both of those are fine, but do be mindful that when you're doing your homework in WebAssign, it can be picky and it will say exactly how it is it wants you to enter in your answer. Okay, so keep that in mind. For part D, we're looking at 1,500 foot times pounds, and then we're dividing that by 25 feet. Okay, now foot times pounds might look a little strange as far as a unit is concerned. This is a real unit. It's related to something called work in physics. And notice we do have a common unit there, a foot in the numerator and a foot in the denominator. So here I can go ahead and divide a foot by itself, and that's going to give me a 1/1. I can then go ahead and divide 1,500 by 25, and I'm sorry, I'm going to just delete out, sorry, I don't want this fraction bar here, because the 1500 divided by 25 is actually a nice whole number. It's going to come out to just be 60 in this case. The other thing to notice here, though, is that the pounds, those did not cancel out, right, through this division, right? So here, I'm going to leave the units there. I mean, this unit of pound is going to go along with our answer. So here, we don't get just 60 for our answer. Our answer has units of 60 pounds. All right, great. Finally, with part E, we have 32 ounces divided by, and this is 6 pounds. I've just abbreviated the pounds as LB. And here, the relevant conversion would be the fact that there are 16 ounces in a pound. And so using that, 32 ounces, sorry, that's going to be that doesn't look too great. There we go. 1 pound. 32 ounces then would be, well, 2 pounds. All right, so here I can write this as 2 pounds, and then I'm dividing that by 6 pounds, and again, we see the units of pounds drop out, and we're left with, in this case, just 1/3. All right, great. That's going to do it for this problem. I will see you next time.